Hello and welcome back to Remember the Flowers. We will be continuing with the short stories. In the previous one, we did the Halloween one. So now we will be doing Can I Come Over? And then right after that, we'll be doing What Do You Want? So, Can I Come Over, I believe, is back when they first started dating and they're starting to get to know each other or something like that. What Do You Want is a bit more self-explanatory because if you recall from the previous update, I believe both of them or Silver had mentioned that when they first met, they didn't get along at all. And eventually it was Canto who sort of broke down Silver's barriers and, they eventually started getting along and started dating. And then they broke up. But yeah. So first we're going to start with Can I Come Over? Okay? So without further ado, let us begin. The soft hum of air conditioning blasting fills the living room. We're a week into the brutal heat wave. According to my phone, it's 95 degrees out. Yeah, I don't think that I'll be leaving my dorm anytime soon. My bangs are kept out of my face with a couple of berets, but it's not much. But anything helps to keep me cool. Iced coffee can't do it all. On the bright side, it's giving me time to catch up on most of my coursework. I tap away at my final term paper. Once it's done, I can daydream about summer vacation. My flight home is in a couple of weeks. As much as I like living in Arizona, this heat wave is unbearable for a northerner like me. Before I get too distracted, I push on. I need to write another 2,000 words before the end of the day. The paper needs to be at least 10,000 words long. Diana's dad gave me some ideas that I wanted to try to research, like medicine that helps easily regenerate the body. It's a difficult subject. There's not a lot of available studies. Thankfully, my grades are high enough that I don't need a good score on this paper. Lo-fi music playing in the background helps keep me on track. I flip through my textbooks on human anatomy, along with some on the bestial anatomy, in mild frustration. I'm sure that there's something there that we've been missing this whole time. Historically, transfusing blood between species has always been met with mixed results. One of the better examples I can think of is snakes donating their venom to make successful vaccines. I wish that there was a way that I could test a lot of different kinds of blood. Scratching my head, I lean back in my chair. I can tell that this is going to be a long day. My phone buzzes. It's a text from Damien. Hey Cyrus, can I come over? If you're busy, that's fine, just thought that I'd ask. I furrow my brow. It's unlike him to be so passive. I look at the work on my screen and shrug. With classes done for the day, I can just pull an all-nighter to catch up. I send him a reply. Sure, I'm stuck inside because of the heat. I have some ice cream that we can share. Damien doesn't take long to respond. Sweet, I'll be there in 30. After a great big stretch, I get myself up from my table. I guess I gotta make myself presentable. No more t-shirts and gym shorts. Time for a polo and khaki shorts. The classics. I make sure to wash my face. Gotta look nice and fresh. Soon enough, there is a knock at the door. I gave Damien one of my spare key cards to get into the housing building. It's one of our little secrets. With a smile on my face, I open the door. Hey Damien, how's it? Before I can finish, I'm wrapped in a tight bear hug. I have to tap out almost immediately. This big goof forgets his own strength sometimes. He lets up before planting a smooch on my forehead. Afternoon, Cyrus. Jeez, my heart can't handle these surprise attacks. That's what makes them fun. I pout. Keep it up and there won't be any ice cream for you today. Maybe I'll save it for Deanna. No, please, I'll be good. He whines. Obviously, I won't withhold ice cream from him, but it's fun to watch him squirm. Only if you promise to behave yourself. I promise. Good. I'll go get us some bowls then. Yes. He's so cute. Go take a seat. He'll be ready soon. Thanks, Cyrus. Dork. I head to the kitchen, get a couple of bowls from the cabinets, and then get the ice cream from the freezer. Rocky Road is still your favorite, right? Yep, you got it. With a smile on my face, I prep each of us a bowl of ice cream. Instead of eating it right away, Damien opts to push the side of the bowl against his face. That feels nice. The heat this week is no joke. No kidding. I've lived here all my life, but I'll never get used to it. I'm sure the fur doesn't help. Have you thought about shaving it off? Hell no. No offense to hairless cats, but I don't want to be a hairless cat. Good. I like how fluffy you are. Damien wiggles his eyebrows at me. Why don't I come over there and show you how fluffy I really am? Damien has a mischievous look on his face which makes me chuckle. Were you just complaining about how hot it is? Cuddling right now seems like a one-way ticket to a heat stroke. What can I say? I'm a cuddle bug. Don't I know it? So, how's your paper thingy going? Okay, I guess. Writing is definitely not my strong suit. I'm more of a doer than a reader. Thankfully, I've made some progress working with Deanna's dad. Helping with this research has led me down my own rabbit hole. Man, you're so inspiring. The way you can just dive right into it sometimes. Always so sure of yourself. Honestly, I wish that you could rub some of that off on me. He says this with a discouraging tone in his voice. Is everything okay? Well... Damien starts to play with his ice cream with a spoon. I still haven't decided on a major yet, truth be told. I'm starting to think school's not really my thing. He groans. My parents have been nagging me a lot lately. Dad keeps bitching about me needing to apply myself. Meanwhile, Mom keeps forcing me to study night and day. And as soon as I messed up in a game, they're on my ass saying stuff like, I didn't practice hard enough. You know, basketball has always been my one passion in life. The one thing that I know that I'm good at. Never thought that I'd be able to attend college because of it. But now, I don't know anymore. I feel unfocused. Some days it feels like I can't win, and lately it feels like I'll never win. He goes quiet for a moment and then sighs. I miss enjoying the one thing that makes me feel like me. Damien has another spoonful of ice cream, starting to mumble. Sorry, doubt that you want to hear about all that. Don't be silly. I'm sorry that they're still giving you a hard time. Damien grumbles. Is that all you wanted to say? Well... Damien pushes his bowl to the side so that he can rest his chin on the table. He's looking away. Dad still doesn't approve of... us. I'm already in my mid-20s. At the very least, I wish that they'd mind their own business when it comes to my love life. I cross my arms and sit back in my chair. Do you want me to say anything? No! He jolts up, then tries to settle back down. No, I appreciate it. But it's not worth getting into. I understand. Just let me know if there's anything that I can do, alright? Thanks, Sai. We sit in an awkward silence. I can see Damien's tail swishing back and forth. I glance at my closed laptop. I think I'm gonna commit to shelving work for the rest of the day. To break the tension, I stand up and stretch. Say, why don't we take a walk? Weren't you just saying how crazy the heat is? I just want to stop by somewhere real quick. Don't worry, it's not far. I've been cooped up here for the past few days. I think I can handle a little heat if it means stretching my legs. If you came with me on my morning runs, it'd be way cooler, you know. What can I say? I enjoy being able to sleep in. Fair enough. I'll buy. Let's head out. Good. I'll bring some water bottles too, just in case. Yes, please. Damien grabs my bowl of ice cream. I'll clean up. It's only fair. My, what a gentleman. Damien holds a bowl in each of his hands as he flexes his biceps. I try. I push up my glasses to cover up the fact that I am blushing. You certainly succeed, Tiger. I pick up my backpack and then stuff a couple of water bottles from the fridge inside. Just before heading out, I stop to put on my sneakers instead of dress shoes. Alright, ready? Yes, sir. Lead the way. I reach for him. In that case, give me your hand. Damien giggles before extending a paw. When I take hold of it, he firmly squeezes. Damien and I head out in silence, enjoying each other's company. It doesn't take long for Damien to figure out where we're headed. We're blasted with cold air as we open the doors to the gym. Our sneakers squeak as we step on the empty basketball court. Damien breathes in deeply. Ah, the fresh smell of the court. I'll never get enough of it. But, tell me, why are we here to begin with? What do you think? I want to play with you. Damien sputters. Excuse me? We haven't played in a while. Besides, I've been itching to get some exercise in. I actually went out for a run earlier that morning. The star of the basketball team isn't going to turn down his #1 fan, is he? Damien blushes before giving me a big smile. Well, when you put it that way, I guess a game or two wouldn't hurt. That's the spirit. Just, where do they keep the balls anyway? Damien arches a brow at me and grins devilishly. Oh my god, grow up. You said it, not me. He holds up his arms. I'll go get them. Any particular variant that you want to play? I used to play horse back in the day, but I figured that we could start with a vanilla game. One-on-one is tough, you sure? What better way to learn than the hard way? Damien cracks his knuckles. If you insist. He goes to the storage closet to get us a basketball. When he comes back, he hands it to me and then creates some distance between us. I look down at the ball in my hands for a moment and then back up at him. He has that fierce look in his eyes. It's the same look that he has at the beginning of every game. For a moment, I think about Damien's parents and how much pressure they put him under, how they don't see his passion. It fills me with anger. How blind can they be? I know that there isn't much that I can do about it. So for now, I smile for him. Hey, Damien. What's up? Having second thoughts already? I know what it's like, to feel like you're losing your way sometimes. And it's scary when stuff that used to make you happy stops making you happy. It's not always your fault. For me, I just need someone to give me a friendly nudge. A different perspective. I hold the ball to my chest. When you're out in the court playing your best, it doesn't matter to me if you're winning or losing. Watching you play is what inspires me, even on my worst days. I hope that you remember that. Damien's eyes widen. For a moment they glisten. He nods and smiles back at me. A big, genuine smile. Right. He gets in position, as do I. You ready? Yeah. Our sneakers echo throughout the gym. Maybe a polo shirt and khaki shorts weren't the best. Damien's shining smile made it worth it. Even if I start to get tuckered out only after a few rounds. Damien doesn't take it easy on me, even for a moment. I appreciate that. He's not looking down on me. He's giving me pointers. He's showing me that this is his place. And he lets me in. I couldn't be more thankful. And because of that, I'll always reach my hand out to him when he needs me the most. What feels like an eternity turns out to be only an hour. Hopefully all of our dates can feel like this. Me collapsing on the ground definitely isn't romantic or graceful, though. Okay. I think I need a break. Sounds good. Let me get you some water. Thank you. I managed to unstick myself from the floor in order to go over to the benches. Damien passes me a water bottle before dousing himself with his own, shaking around to get the excess off. Ah, I needed that. A very good warm-up. Happy to be of service. I try to do my best, but it's not nearly as sexy. Thank you, Cyrus. I know sports aren't your thing. I wouldn't say that, I just didn't have many people to play with growing up. Who knows, maybe I'll try out for the team next year. Damien has a worried look on his face. I'm kidding, jeez. I thought that you'd have some confidence in me. I pout, but it's not really serious. I do! If you want, I can probably practice with you more often. I'd like that. I'd love that. Remember the flowers, can I come over? So that was the end, I'm assuming. Yep, that was the end. Aw, that was sweet. And as I told you, it was short. The other one, what you want is just a teeny bit longer, but not by much. Karain and I are sitting in the empty bar. She thought about making some drinks, but I said that it was too early. Not to mention, I'd get Aaron bent out of shape. Ever since what happened with Lance, we've had to walk on eggshells around him. I'm hoping it passes soon. Eventually, Karain gets up and starts pacing. Any idea what this is all about? Not a clue. Aaron messaged us to come in early this morning for a mandatory meeting. They're always mandatory. I try to get some work done on my axiom, but the angsty hyena is too distracting. What's got you all so worked up? Well, I heard a rumor the other day. Apparently when a group is too small, the brass splits them up. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Doesn't that worry you? I shrug. Maybe it's for the best. It's been months since we've taken on any assignments. We've all been in our own heads, after all. Well, I don't want to split up. Someone has to make sure Aaron keeps it together, and that's not a job for just anyone. And most importantly, if I'm not around, who's gonna bully you? You'll become insufferable if someone doesn't keep you humble. I stare at her blankly. She thinks I would be the insufferable one? You know what, Karain? That's a good point. Maybe I should push for a split. I shoot her a cocky grin. Yeah, right. I know you'd miss all of us the most. I don't know what you're talking about. In fact, let me start typing up my resignation letter. The doors fly open. Aaron's heavy footsteps fill the now hushed bar. His expression looks softer than usual. Morning, guys. Sorry to call you all here so early in the morning. Morning, boss. I nod at Aaron. He walks around the bar, placing his paws on the counter, and then looks at us sternly. Karain takes her seat again. In the corner of my eye, I see her right leg bouncing up and down. I wish that she'd relax already. I'll cut to the chase. There's going to be some changes to our team, effective immediately. I knew it. I'll go pack my bags. I get up from my stool. Well, it's been fun. Text me if you need anything. What? We're splitting up, right? No? Where'd you get that idea? She points at me. Him. The fuck? No, you didn't. He said that you hate us. Bitch. I raise my fist as I turn to face her. I have half a mind to try to beat her ass. She raises her hands defensively. All right, that's enough. Aaron says with authority, but I can see him smiling. With a grunt, I admit defeat and then sit back down. It's not anything like that. In fact, quite the opposite. We have a new recruit joining us, starting today. Oh? That's way better than getting fired. Indeed. Aaron rubs the back of his head sheepishly. I'm, sorry work's been sparse as of late. It's probably time that I get my ass in gear. What's done is done, after all. I don't believe him for a second. He doesn't need to know that, though. You should probably lead in with that. Karain was getting sappy again. Nuh-uh. Okay, yeah, I was. Aaron chuckles. We both smile. Sorry, I had to finalize the paperwork this morning. Well, that's a relief. So, where are they? Aaron gestures for us to turn around. There is a hooded figure leaning against another bar counter across from ours. He's drinking a glass of water while reading something on his axiom. When the hell did he get in here? Silver, can you come over and introduce yourself? He doesn't respond. Aaron clears his throat. That's kind of an order. You gotta meet with your new teammates, okay? I think I hear a sigh from all the way over there. He slides off his axiom, puts his paws in his hoodie pockets, and then walks over to us. I can't get a good look at his face under the hood. Name is Silver. Nice to meet you. He's not looking at us when he talks. Aaron walks out from behind the bar to go stand next to Silver. He places a paw on his shoulder. He was a member of the assassination squad. The boss wanted to try something new, and so he was assigned to our team instead. We're happy to have you. I know that this might be, an adjustment, but rest assured, you can rely on us for anything. I don't think that'll be necessary, but sure. I can manage on my own just fine. This whole team introduction thing is just a formality, isn't it? Not at all. It's important that everyone here has a support group. That's why even on your solo missions, it is required for you to check in with your team from time to time. Just remember, the Resistance is a team effort. We're all working for the same cause here. Right. Can I go now? I snort. That gets his attention. Oh great, you got a tough guy. Canto? I'm just saying, what's with the attitude? Acting all edgy isn't gonna win you any points here. I'm not here to win your affection, and I don't have time to listen to you be insecure either. I flare my nostrils as I get in his face. That's a damn shame. Better get used to it, because you're stuck with us now. Yeah, not much to be stuck with, in my opinion. What was that? You two didn't even hear me come in. The White Fox scoffs. I heard about what happened with your old partner. You did yourselves a favor by tossing out the trash. But you're all been walking around here, tails between your legs and not doing a damn thing since. We all have to pull our own weight. Don't drag me down to your level. I can hear Karain get up from her stool. Aaron doesn't react. Maybe he's trying not to. Like that's any of your business. Someone needs to teach this guy a lesson. I try to grab the collar of his shirt. Instead, he sidesteps me before I can, and then he kicks me in the back of my knee to bring me to the ground. Before I know it, I'm on my knees. With one swift movement, he has my left arm behind my back with one paw and grips my neck with the other. I can feel his claws dig in. For a little guy, he's surprisingly strong. Aaron stomps a foot on the ground and growls. That is enough! Silver instantly lets me go. I grumble while I scramble to pick myself up from the floor. Bastard. How dare he show me up like that? Silver, whether you like it or not, you're a part of this team now. I strongly suggest that you make an effort to get along with them. If not, You will be out of a job. With your unique situation, I doubt that's what you need right now. As you so aptly put it, I have no problem removing troublesome individuals from my team. Understand? Silver's fists are clenched at his side as he looks away. What does it mean by unique situation? Aaron's glare is quickly aimed at me. I'm not used to seeing such an angry expression on his face, at least not directed my way. I can feel some fur on my arms rise. Likewise, Canto. You'd better watch yourself. You're not exactly setting a good example either. I'm surprised a scaredy cat like you would even dream of picking a fight with an assassin. I'd say that you almost deserve that. You owe him an apology. I cross my arms and look away. Do I make myself clear? Both of you? I glance at Karain. She looks like she's enjoying this. I sneer at her. I might be imagining it, but I swear that I heard Silver chuckle too. Understood. Yes, sir. I sigh and turn towards Silver, holding out my right hand to him. He pauses before taking it, and we shake hands. Sorry. I didn't mean to pick a fight with you. I think you meant it, but it's fine. I can feel my right eye twitch. Oh, he's spicy. I like him. I furrow my brow and tighten my grip on his hand. He doesn't seem fazed by it. Good. Aaron crosses his arms, looking down at the both of us. Now then, introduce yourselves properly. Karain pipes up first. I'm Karain. Nice to meet you. Hey, you want to spar sometime? That move was wicked cool. Silver sighs before he pulls down his hood. Maybe. But I don't do well with people, though. Clearly. Aaron glares at me. Fine, geez. I'm Canto. I provide support in the back lines. Good to meet you. I finally get a good look at his face. Silver. I make my living killing people. His eyes look empty. I gulp. Good. Now that that's out of the way. My claws tap on my mug as I read through the recent report. It's only been 3 weeks and Silver's already taken down 3 targets. I've heard hitmen get a commission based on who they kill. I wonder if he's always like this. We haven't spoken since the day we met. Any chance that we might get to, he immediately leaves. I click my tongue. Something about that guy pisses me off. I just don't know what. Well, at the very least, Aaron seems in better spirits lately. Or maybe he's just a good actor. For a while, he wasn't really speaking to us that much, no matter how hard we try to reach out after the Lance situation. He seemed excited to introduce a new member to the team. Is this his way of coping with it all? There's nothing that I can really do about it but keep trying to get along with that guy. According to my axiom, it's about time for lunch. I take a deep breath and swipe away the axiom screen. Aaron recommended a diner not too long ago, so maybe it's time to check it out myself. But that means going up to Lambin Peak. I reluctantly grab a pair of pants and my hoodie before making my way to the port. It's cold. Too cold. Every time that I come up here, it's a shock to the senses. I'm so used to the warm weather of the forest, no way could I ever live up here. I rub my hands together to try to warm up as I start walking down the street to where the diner is. After staying up all night tinkering with stuff, I could use a nice cup of coffee. In no time at all, the diner comes into view. After looking both ways, I cross the street and then head inside. Welcome in. Please have a seat wherever you'd like. A shy voice greets me from behind the counter. I nod at him before freezing in my tracks. Silver stares at me from his seat at the counter. You've gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm tempted to turn around and walk out. But that's what he'd want. Instead, I choose to sit right next to him at the counter. Sup, teammate? Silver glares at me. What can I get you, sir? Black coffee for now. I'll flip through the menu. Coming right up. And for you, bro? Silver shifts his attention to the other fox. His face softens. I'll take some tea. I have a headache all of a sudden. My eyebrow twitches. Oh, Ash. I think someone's trying to get your attention over there. Oh, coming, sir. He hurries away, leaving me alone with his apparent brother, who's gone back to glaring at me. What? Don't tell him anything. Just let me do the talking and use code names. Think that you can do that? He's got fire in his eyes. Who do you think you are? You think that you can just waltz in here and start barking orders? Someone who could make your death look like an accident or a suicide, depending on my mood. Why, you little... Sorry about that. What can I get you to? Silver snaps his attention back without missing a beat. I'll just do a chicken Caesar salad, thanks. He turns to me. Get what you want. It's my treat, teammate. I gulp. After skimming through the menu, I just pick something at random. I've lost my appetite. Coming right up. We're left alone, again. This time, we keep quiet for a while. I sip my coffee while trying to glance at Silver. He's still staring at me. I exhale. Do you mind telling me what crawled up your ass? He doesn't respond. Jesus, fine. I've just about had it with your edgy bitch routine anyway. He's my little brother. Silver gestures his hand in Ash's direction. He's not like us, and I'm trying to keep it that way. Silver's ears droop slightly. Sorry for jumping the gun there. I just don't want anything to happen to him, and that means not getting him mixed up in all of this. He takes a sip of his tea. Damn, that's the most that I've heard him speak. Don't worry about it. It's not like I was gonna squeal on you. Is that a promise? He looks at me with pleading eyes. It's a far cry from the cold glare that he gave me when we met. Yeah, I promise. Good, because teammate or not, I will make good on my word if you don't keep yours. He pierces me with another glare. I take back what I just said. Noted. Food's here. Hope you enjoy. Ash places a pair of plates in front of us. Thanks, Ash. No problem. So... Uh-oh. You two know each other? Silver nearly chokes on his tea. You could say that. We actually work together on my new job. Oh, that's great. Glad that you're starting to make some new friends. I don't know if we're quite there yet. Tell me, Talon, what's your position at work again? It's escaping me. Silver closes his eyes and sighs. I can tell that he's losing patience. Bodyguard. Ah, that's right. I'm a tech consultant, so our paths haven't crossed much. Well, that sounds safer than being a bodyguard. I wasn't exactly thrilled when Talon told me. Ash leans in closer to whisper to us. The codename thing was a little weird. Like I said before, it's just a safety precaution. Nothing more, nothing less. I clear my throat. Right, sorry. We can't say more than that, really. It's a high security job, so we can't talk about it outside of work. Sorry, Ash. No, I get it. I guess I'm just worried is all. Don't be. It's nothing that I can't handle. I hope so. The apartment is nice, so I can't really complain too much. I told you, the job has its perks. Apartment? Ash looks over at me. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't catch your name before. It's nice to meet you. Just call me Ring for now. Nice to meet you too. We hold out our hands and then exchange a quick shake. His paw is much lighter than Silver's. Wouldn't have guessed Talon had a little brother. The guy doesn't say much. He can be like that sometimes. Sorry about that. Hey, I'm right here. I decide to be a little shit today. You can only imagine how shocked I was when he invited me to lunch out of the blue. Said that he was feeling lonely and that he wanted us to get to know each other, even offered to pay for the meal. With my arm on the counter, I rest my head on my hand and look over at Silver with a smug grin. He's making a face like he's fighting back a headache. It's gotta be tough being the new guy. Nothing a little bit of team building can't fix. Ain't that right, Talon? Ash chuckles while Silver stabs a forkful of lettuce and then eats it. That sounds like him. Don't let his looks fool you. He's a lot nicer than he seems. And he's not afraid to go out of his way to help others. Silver doesn't respond. We just, moved to the area. Please be patient with him. He can be a bit of a handful. Is that right? It's sweet of you to look out for your big brother like that. Only returning the favor. Oh, and speaking of favors, please tell, Axel, was it? Please tell him that I'm really grateful for him for setting me up here. It helps a lot. Job hunting wasn't going so well. I was getting desperate. I blink slowly and my ears perk up. Oh, sure. I'll let him know. Thank you. I nod and he smiles at us before going to help another customer. A smile curls on my lips. What? He's a sweet kid. He tries to hide it, but I can see him smile too. Yeah, he is. I go back to sipping my coffee. Aaron helping a civilian get a local job is strange to me, and the house hunting too. He's not part of the resistance, so this feels like it's out of our jurisdiction. What's that all about? Is it a favor to Silver? Maybe this has something to do with their unique situation. Who knows? Guess I'll have to wait and see. Remember the flowers. What do you want? Aw, that was nice. It's nice to, switch from character perspectives from time to time, like being inside of another character's head and then, not exactly hearing them think, but just being a different character for once. And it's also nice that Canto gets a little bit more airtime because honestly, out of all the characters, I think he's the one that pops up the least. Even compared to Silver, you interact with Aaron, Karain, and Silver more than you do with Canto, which I guess is by design because he is a bit more standoffish at times. Like he can be a bit of a butt sometimes, but it would be nice to be able to interact with him more. Or at the very least, it would have been nice considering the fact that we will be with Silver for the unforeseeable future, or the foreseeable future, I guess. Right up until what do they call the fraction? The fraction? Find Cyrus eventually. That is my visual novel game theory for Remember the Flowers. That while Cyrus and Silver are out hunting for lodestars, eventually they're going to be running into King and his gang along with Lance. And either they're going to capture him and then either kill or seriously hurt Silver, or Cyrus is going to allow himself to be captured and then have Silver go back and, tell the resistance hey, he got captured again. But with a little caveat of it being a plan coming from Cyrus because if I recall correctly, he has the collar on, which only he controls right now. And probably the resistance leader. But that might be useful, like having that collar and maybe like switching it out with Lance or something. I mean, we also know that technically, Cyrus has Lance's old axiom, and if you look at the little scar on his right hand on Lance, that's where the axiom used to be. But yeah. Anyway, so what are your thoughts on the short stories? Did you like them? Also, you might have noticed that Orion wasn't doing the voices for Canto or Damien like he would have in the past. And that's only because I didn't want to bother him with that right now because he's busy. So you get me for now. I would have asked him, and if you're listening to this right now, Orion, I know you're busy. I am going to ask you to do it when the story resumes again, like the main story, but not right now. You get a free pass right now. You earned it. Anyways, but yeah, so, I mean, it's not like he has to do it. He knows that, but still. But yeah, so write down in the comments what you thought of the short stories and what you think is going to happen in the future and what you think is going to happen for the other stories. Life of a Rose and It'll Be Okay. I mean, it's kind of obvious what It'll Be Okay is about, but what about Life of a Rose? Because I know that Karain and Vita are a bit more close. They have a good friendship. I believe Vita was the one that helped with when she blew off her arm, I think. I don't really remember, but I know that it does keep an eye on her from time to time. And It'll Be Okay is probably after telling the story of when Silver and Ash escaped. He probably had to do a lot of bad stuff in order to escape the facility and then, eventually lead them to the Resistance. But yeah. Anyways, so yeah, write down in the comments what you think, and thank you all for watching / listening. If you'd like to play Remember the Flowers yourself or stay up to date with it or whatever, you can do so by going down into the link in the description, which would have a direct link for the Itch.io page where you can download the game and play it, or you can just go to itch.io.com and, search Remember the Flowers. And just download it, play it, whatever. They do have a Patreon, and you can subscribe to it to get early access to builds of Remember the Flowers like I do, and stay up to date with what's going on with it or whatever. You get special access in the Discord too. You do so by joining their Discord. I am not sure what this weird blob fish thing is in the middle of the Discord and the Patreon logo. I don't know what that is. You find that out. They do have merch on the Popper and Press store. I believe it is the Dakimakuras. I have the Stinky Pooper one. I need to buy the Axel one. I wouldn't actually use them, but I have it. It literally to my right there in a box. And whatever. Oh, the Axel plush, which has yet to release, unfortunately. A whole lot of stuff happened with their warehouse, and I think I have 3 plushes that are supposed to come from Popper and Press, but they got stuck because their warehouse, the manufacturer that they were working with to make the plushies, the new versions of the plushies, was nah, we're gonna break the contract, so now they had to sue them and do a whole bunch of things, but thankfully, they fixed that issue, and they're finally being made. Yay. It's probably a year later, but yay. But they do have merch from China, which is good merch. It's not just because, it's coming from China, it's bad merch. No, it's actual, official, good merch that's well worth the money, but I can't order it because something happened with my account. It's a little hard to order it, unfortunately. At least it was for me, or it is for me. I still haven't been able to do it, but it's very neat stuff. So if you want that, I think it's what that little uwu thingy is. I'm not sure, but it's right there. Look for it in the Discord. It'll be there somewhere. But yeah, so all my other links down in the description in case you want to sub to the channel. If you're seeing this as a public, just normal subscriber, and you want to see these videos before everyone in the public sees them. Yeah, if you want to look at the scheduled videos, yeah, that's what I should be saying, because that's what you get if you become a channel member. Or in case you want to donate to my throne, It's the holidays, you know. I like presents. I like free shit. And what else? My Ko-fi's down there too, I guess. I also take money. Anyways, but yeah, so I'm just kidding. Sort of. So yeah, I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.